out there. I hope that everyone is doing well. I am here today to share with you all the makeup and hair look that I did on my wedding day last November of 2014. My husband and I got married on the island of Kauai in Hawaii. It was just perfect. It was a very small wedding and it was exactly what we wanted. And I decided to do my own hair and makeup because we arrived on a Thursday and got married on a Saturday. So there was no time for me to meet anybody over there and have a trial and practice session for hair and makeup. And I just didn't want to risk it not turning out exactly how I wanted it on my wedding day. So I spent months and months leading up to our wedding, browsing YouTube videos, hair tutorials, makeup tutorials for wedding makeup looks, and pulling tips and tricks from here and there and kind of compiling them all into what I did on my wedding day that I thought held up really well, turned out beautiful, and I was very happy with. So so if you want to see how I did my makeup, which is this look for my wedding, then please keep on watching. So the first thing I'm going to do is start by priming my face, which is very important because we want it to last all wedding day and into the night. I used the High Definition Primer by Makeup Forever. So I'm going to rub that all over my skin here. And because I really wanted my makeup to last, I also used the Skindinavia makeup primer spray. Give it a good shake and spray that all over. And then to help kind of contour and bronze at the same time, before putting on my foundation, I used the Soleil Tan de Chanel, the Universal bronzer. And with an expert face brush by Real Techniques, I just kind of swirl that around and kind of did a light contour and bronze. For my foundation choice on the big day, I did a lot of research and ended up going with Makeup Forever HD, this little guy. And I mixed two shades to get my perfect shade. So I used number 117 and 123. So I then used my Beauty Blender to press this into my skin. And of course, bring the foundation down onto your neck so that you don't have that line. Totally skipped a step. I should have done this before I put on the foundation, but I will do it now, and that is correcting the dark circles under my eyes. And I am using the Giorgio Armani, the Master Corrector in number 1. So and then I just pat that in with my ring finger. So I always do my whole face and then go on to my eyes, but actually on my wedding day, I laid my foundation down and then left it so that it would have some time to kind of really sink in, and moved on and did my eyes, and then came back to the rest of my face. So I'm going to prime my eyes with Urban Decay Primer Potion. And while that sets, I'm going to do my brows. So I use two different brow products. I use the Dipbrow Pomade by Anastasia Beverly Hills, as well as the Anastasia Beverly Hills, their eye pencil in blonde. I'm gonna start with the brow pencil to just kind of outline the shape that I want. And then I'm gonna go in with the Dipbrow pomade and just kind of get it nice and emphasized. I then set my brows with the Anastasia, the clear brow gel. All right, on to eyes. Over my primer, I'm gonna lay down MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. And this will just help cancel out all of the veins and redness on my eyelid. The first eyeshadow that I'm going to lay down is just a Wet n Wild Brule. And this I just ran all over my lid up to the brow. I then took Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek, and just with like a blending brush, pulled that right through the crease as my first crease color. Then I took the color Saddle by MAC, which is just kind of a deeper warm tone brown, I would say, and with a smaller blending brush, the small tapered blending by Sigma, I ran that also through the crease to give more definition. For my lid color, I used the Makeup Forever ME512, this kind of shimmering champagne, and with a blending an E25 brush by Sigma, I just ran that all over the lid. Then to add some definition to my outer corner, I used MAC Folie, and with a Sigma pencil brush, I kind of ran this kind of on the outer corner lash line and into that outer V. For my eyeliner, I used the Super Slim Infallible by L'Oreal, and just very gently ran this along my upper lash line. I was not going for a heavily lined look, but I just needed to lay some kind of eyeliner down so that my false eyelashes would blend in better. I'm going to remove the shadow shields now. And the key, like for me, I don't like a stark line right here. I do like that it helps kind of keep the shadow from running too low, but I definitely want to go in and soften this line up. So I'm just going to use that pencil brush that I used with the Folie and kind of just gently soften that up. For concealer, I used the MAC Pro Longwear NW20. And just I'm going to tap that under my eyes here. Little down the nose. Cupid's bow. And then I'm going to use my beauty blender to press this in. I really like the MAC Pro Longwear for kind of brightening up under my eyes and doing a pretty good job of concealing for the most part. However, on my wedding day, I wanted to make sure that it was really, all those dark circles and everything were super camouflaged. So over that, I did use the Makeup Forever, the Full Cover Waterproof Concealer in number 6. Just took this, a little goes a long way for this, so I just took a little bit And with my ring finger, press this under my eye, kind of mostly just where that darkness likes to peek through. So to finish up the eyes, I'm gonna run Folie under my lash line. And kind of bring it up and really round out the outer edge here. And it's a total personal preference, but I love a very defined tight line and waterline. So I use the Maybelline Eye Studio Blackest Black liner, and with a Sigma SS209 brush, ran this on my tight line as well as my waterline. And, you know, some people might say this is too heavy of a black for a wedding makeup look, but again, it's my personal preference. I like the look when there's a nice heavy black on my inner rim. To make sure that that lasted all day, I set the eyeliner with Makeup Geek Corrupt, and just using a flat definer, the E15 brush, which is just a nice flat little brush, I just gently pulled back and dab that right on top of the waterline to set the eyeliner. To set my under eye concealer, I used the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder. And for my inner corner highlight, I used MAC Nylon. And my husband loves when I have a strong inner corner highlight. So I really went pretty heavy-handed on my highlight in here. To finish up the rest of the face, laid down on my cheeks this Bobbi Brown, it was like a sample, Blushed Rose Cream Blush. And I just kind of used my fingers to pat that into my cheek and kind of back into my hairline. To set everything, the foundation, I used the Makeup Forever Micro Finish Pressed Powder, just the white translucent powder. The powder bronzer that I used was by MAC, and it's Nude on Board, a Pro Longwear. And with a tapered face brush by Sigma, I did a little contouring, but mostly just ran that along my temples, jawline, and onto my forehead. And to get a bit more of a chiseled contour look, can't remember which one it is, but it's one of the MAC contouring powders. And with my NARS, I think this is the Ito brush, really press that under my cheekbone for definition. Also gonna press just a little bit of that onto the sides of my nose. I did put a little bit of a different blush on top of the other. This is the Illamasqua Lover blush. And with a Sigma SS186, their blush brush, I just kind of press that onto my cheekbones and up into my, brought it back into my hairline. And for a highlight, I used my Kevyn Aucoin Candlelight highlighter. And with a Sigma tapered highlighter brush, put that on the tops of my cheeks, kind of under my eyebrow a bit, and on the side of my temple. I am going to do my eyelashes and mascara off camera, finish my hair, and then I will be back. The mascara I'm going to use is the Mally Volumizing Mascara, and I will set everything before I do that. So Skindinavia Makeup Finishing Spray. And I'll be back. All right, so I went ahead and finished up my makeup look. Like I said, I used the Mally Volumizing Mascara and then applied false lashes. I used the Ardell, the 120 Demi Lashes. Today, on my actual wedding day, I did use a pair, my first and only pair of MAC lashes that I don't remember which ones they are, but they're very similar to the Ardell 120 Demi. I curled my hair and I'm have been kind of fingering through it. I didn't film this because it would take forever, and I actually have a hair tutorial of how I did this. I just used the barrel and, you know, curl the hair around the barrel. So to finish up the hair, what I did on my wedding day was just kind of bring it all to one side. So I just kind of started here and started wrapping. I did leave a little wispy piece out, so I'll leave that. And as I went and started wrapping, I would just take a bobby pin and pin it into place. We got married on the beach, so I wanted it to be fairly secure. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but I'm just kind of wrapping, and as I go, just kind of pinning. But I wanted it to be very, very beachy, very natural, but yet still kind of secure because it was quite windy on the beach that day. So I think I probably just tried to put a little bobby pin here, and it was just very, very simple. And then, you know, hairspray to keep everything where it is. For my lips, I started with the Dior Addict Extreme. The color is Avenue. And so in here, and then on top, I used MAC Pro Longwear Lip Glass in Forever Rose. So yeah, that is all for my makeup. My jewelry, these are the earrings that I did wear, and I got them from Etsy. If I can find the shop that I got them from, I will put a link below, but I absolutely loved these earrings. I thought they were just perfect. I wore a pearl bracelet that my mom got for me. It was from Macy's. This is not the dress that I wore. We did a trash the dress session after the wedding, and so that dress is in a bag and will stay there because it's not wearable any longer. But yeah, I think that is all for my wedding makeup and hair, and I hope that maybe some of my tips you learned something and can use for your wedding day. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions about anything that I did, and that's all I've got. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I cannot say enough good things about our amazing photographer, Jonathan. It could be an entire video in and of itself. So if that is something you would be interested in, just let me know. All of his information will be in the down bar below.